Is Ryan Reynolds trying to do reputation laundering? It's a certain PR tactic when you associate yourself with positive things or positive events to make yourself look better when you're in the middle of a PR crisis. This is the question I've been getting, or more so, the question is this award that Ryan accepted in Canada a PR move? And the answer is yes. I think you guys saw that one coming. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Ashley Brianna Eve. I have over 15 years of experience in branding and marketing. And while I don't do traditional PR, my specialty is in narrative control and reputation management. My little baby, the thing that I love most, is SEO and understanding how SEO impacts a brand, whether it's a new entrepreneur just starting out or massive public figures. I want to understand how we can leverage SEO to help you, your personal brand, stand out. And I also bring you the trending pop culture news through this experience, which is probably what landed you here. Now let's dive into this. 100%, this is a PR move for Ryan Reynolds, right? Now, a lot of people that watch the channel are becoming very attuned to SEO manipulation. And I've noticed it starting to pick up and be a little bit of a trendy topic now in the Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Justin Baldoni lawsuit. Now I've been talking about it since this case started, to be honest. This is not SEO manipulation. So often we will see, if we're just seeing it on the surface level, oh my goodness, there's all this information coming out about Ryan Reynolds accepting this award in Canada. He's talking about Canada becoming the 51st state and his thoughts on it. I'm pretty sure he talks about it not happening, but it seems to be flooding. So this must be SEO manipulation. Now, SEO manipulation is an umbrella term, and you have the specific strategies and tactics underneath. This is not that. What this is reputation laundering, allegedly. My opinion, not saying it is. But this is what would tend to be reputation laundering. Other people call it reputation washing. I guess that's the more politically correct way of calling it. But, we're the outlaw brand archetype around here, so we just call it what it is. It's reputation laundering. That's what it is here. And that's what we're seeing in terms of the leveraging of this award in terms of PR. But let's break down the video first. We are not going to watch the full video, my friends, but let's have a look at what was said. This is a lifetime of meaning. Ryan Reynolds becomes Officer of the Order of Canada. Actually, I want to say this first. I had no idea. I'm Canadian. I had no idea what that meant. So I looked it up, and this is what I could find about what the Order of Canada is. So bizarre. Apparently, it is Canada's highest civilian honor. And being invested as an officer means Ryan Reynolds has been recognized for his exceptional contributions on screen and business and through heartfelt philanthropy. Yes. So apparently this Order of Canada, again, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, is all about symbolic but substantial recognition of national pride. I would love to know how Ryan Reynolds has achieved outstanding achievement and service to the country. And it's funny how all of a sudden, all of this is happening for them. Blake and Ryan are both Time 100 honorees in the middle of the biggest scandal of their career, probably the biggest scandal in Hollywood. Yeah. All right. I know, it's a whole lot of bullshit, but let's see what he has to say here.
Right, well, we're talking about great Canadians. Let's spend some time with one. Ryan Reynolds, I'm Adrian Arsenault.
Adrian, hi,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Congratulations, because you are, pretty soon you're going to go up there.
Yeah.
You're going to be made an officer of the Order of Canada. Yeah. In this country, there aren't many higher honors you could give somebody.
No. We have no one else. No one else that's more worthy. Canada. I'm more concerned for the state of our country than I ever have been if this is the, highest honor of our country and the best we can do is Ryan Reynolds.
And when you go and talk to your kids, what's the story you're going to tell them about this?
I don't pretend that my kids can fully understand this. It's like kind of a Canada to me is a culmination of a lifetime of meaning, and I've always considered Canada kind of like a third parent to me, and I think it's something they'll maybe understand later.
I mean, we've known that he's from Vancouver, but you guys got to help me out in the comments. Has he actually done a lot of work in Canada? And I don't mean Hollywood work, but philanthropy in Canada, helping Canada, elevating Canada anyway. I am very confused.
Later in life, but they do understand that I've asked, demanded to be called Officer Dad, which they've completely neglected in their duty to say. But honestly, at the end of the day, this moment I think was designed exclusively to make mothers faint, and they've done that in spades with my mom. Yeah.
So is that to
I don't have much for you guys here. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Hi, Daisy May. Did you want to say hi to everyone? Do you want to come up? Come on. Every other time you jump up. There we go. That's Daisy. That's our new rescue. Hey, that's our new rescue. Hey, Daisy. But I won't be much longer. Okay. Can you go find your toy? Where's your chicken? Come on, Mom. Where's your chicken? I won't be much longer. I don't know what else to say, guys.
Matter who put me on that stage. And I'm not talking about showbiz and that kind of stuff. I mean, there's people that I've worked with for years at the Sick Kids Foundation, the people like Marie Delorme, who...
Now, he has done the Sick Kids. I will give him that. He did in 2020. What year is it? Last year. I don't know. Time is a construct. Last year, was it 2024? The end of last year, he dragged Blake Lively into the ads for Sick Kids, and Sick Kids ads were actually pushed later in December than they've ever run. I know because I get targeted by them. So I saw those ads happen a lot later in the year than they have typically been run, which was weird. And then I thought was really weird that Blake was a part of them. Not physically, she wasn't in the video, but he was talking about her and she was apparently off screen for those ads. So he has done Sick Kids for a long time, but he's leveraged it for PR. Now, I really don't think we need more from Ryan's video. I don't think we need more from this, but let's just see what else he has to say.
Has helped me navigate some of the Indigenous issues that face so many communities across Canada, and people who aren't necessarily always up on the stage like that, who get so you try to hold that kind of it keeps your feet on the ground a little bit. These are people that do that every single day. And
is he eating some of that garden variety word salad that Blake Lively's eating? Because usually he's much more articulate than this. It might be a PR move, but I doubt it.
I get a lot of pats on the back because of my other job. But I think a lot about those people. And then I also think just that this is what a moment, to try to take it in and look around and not just let it pass by.
Her face is like, WTF are you even saying? WTF.
Really drink it in. I'm old enough to appreciate it now, I think. So.
I'm curious about, often we talk to people and talk.
Just gonna skip ahead.
I understand that some people don't find it to be a joke, but I process almost all tragedy and trauma through the prism of humor. It's just a crappy coping mechanism that I have. So, yeah, I mean,
if we recognize we have crappy coping mechanisms, typically the adult, emotionally mature thing to do is to get help for them.
I find that silly. I mean, only because that would be impossible. That would be an absolutely impossible task to try to turn this wonderful place into a state.
Do you find yourself telling them that, or do you just sort of change the conversation and move away?
It is so absurd that it's never come up for me.
And God knows he has freaking friendship bracelets on. I have to pull up the picture for that. We're just gonna stop here because it's literally.
Well, I don't think anyone would bring.
Jesus, Ryan, give me a second. My turn to talk. If the title was changed at some point, because here the Daily Mail says Blake Lively beams with pride as Ryan Reynolds is giving Canadian honor amid their Justin Baldoni legal woes. And when you click on it, the title is Blake Lively's husband Ryan Reynolds showcases cringe new midlife crisis look as he accepts award. No, guys. Daisy was up all night again. She's had an upset belly. Hey, sweetheart. She was found. Do you want to say hi again? She was found at 4 months old, tied to a mile marker in a back road with broken front legs and swelling on her head. And she had a fear of people putting a leash on her or touching her head originally. So she was obviously hit. And you don't accidentally get, tied to a mile marker. And she was left with her favorite toy. And then she was 4 months old when she went in the shelter. She's 10 months old now. She waited that long. So it's been quite the transition having Julia or other rescue. We have Julia, Tundra, and Daisy. Julia has her own trauma and past. So it always has to be a very, very intentional and slow introduction. She ends up she loves other dogs, but she just has her own trauma. But anyway, it's been crazy trying to integrate everyone. And Daisy, after spending so long in the Humane Society, was up all night again with an upset belly every hour and a half. And it wasn't just upset belly. She was having accidents in her crate because her belly was so upset. So we had to keep trading out blankets and beds, dog beds. Luckily, we have a plethora of dog beds at all night. So yes, it's I'm tired again. But anyway, let's get back to this. Blake Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, showcased a striking new look on Tuesday as he was honored in his home country of Canada. The Deadpool star 48 sported a dark new hair dye job. Oh, I didn't even know. Oh my God, it is. I didn't even notice. There you go. There you go. A dark new hair dye job as he had the honor of taking on the Order of Canada during Canada Day festivities in Ottawa. So it talks about them being in the middle of the legal war, putting on a brave face. Oh my God. Gag. Gossip Girl alum Blake 37. Blake, did I say Blum? Blake 37 looked to be in high spirits as she snapped photos of Ryan while Canada's Governor General Mary Simon placed a medal around his neck. Grinning from ear to ear, the actress flashed her signature megawatt smile as Ryan waved to the cheering crowd and blew kisses. Despite the dark cloud of the It Ends With Us SH lawsuit, Ryan Reynolds appears to be on a roll, recently landing the cover of Time. Yeah, odd, right, Daily Mail? So weird that they have suddenly been recognized everywhere as like the, next, I don't know, Jane Goodall or something. It's just so bizarre to me. And it goes to show what's paid for. But this is, and I had some DMs pointing it out too, that they both seem to be wearing friendship bracelets. And I swear, this is like a bat signal to Taylor Swift, trying to send the signal up into outer space as a white flag. Please take us back. Like, I am lost without you. Please answer my text messages, because they're out here with like Eras Tour freaking friendship bracelets. And then there we have Ryan with them too. Can't make this up. It's so wild. Was it worth it, Ryan? You had a thriving brand. Was it worth it? They are just setting their entire businesses and brands up in flames over It Ends With Us. So it says Ryan has made a pivot in recent years, expanding beyond Hollywood in the world of business. His ventures, including production and marketing firm Maximum Effort, even earned a spot on Time's 100 of the list of the 100 most influential companies. Funny, right? What a coincidence. So anyway, it goes on about the two of them. That's him getting the medal. I wonder how much this cost him. Blowing kisses. It's just such a load of bullshit. But yes, this whole thing is what in PR we would call reputation laundering. Now, what is reputation laundering, you might ask? Well, good question, my friend. You're in the right place to ask it. So reputation washing is what you're typically going to hear it called. Like I said, for the outlaw brand archetype, we go with reputation laundering. It's essentially using PR and specific tactics within PR to improve a damaged or negative reputation. It can be for individuals, it can be for businesses, even governments, with these positive activities, these positive awards. And actually, funny enough, what's really popular with reputation laundering in Hollywood and with public figures is buying the underdog sports team. I wonder who's done that. Ryan, do you know anyone that's bought a underdog sports team. But essentially, it's that idea, right? You want to associate yourself or your business with positive things. Time 100 would be one. Order of Canada would be one, etc. Philanthropy could be another one, making donations. He even talked about in that video about sick kids. He's mentioning that he's involved in these different organizations, which we would see, especially with children, as positive things to be involved in. Essentially, what we're looking to do with reputation laundering is rebrand. This isn't a rebrand for him. He even talked about how he uses humor. He's not rebranding. Or rehabilitate. He is rehabilitating a tarnished image, and it can be used to obscure past misdeeds or unethical issues. So, for example, what's going on with Justin Baldoni. I think more than anything, this move here for both of them, so the subpoenas to Candace Owens, Perez Hilton, Andy Signor, in this move, to me, it's trying to get ahead of what's coming out with Van Zandt. That's what I'm going to say, because they have a new lawyer. And I think they're trying to get ahead of something that's going to be coming out. Now, we talked about yesterday how I believe this is a bigger plan within a chaos campaign that started out as a chaos campaign to divert attention like a magic trick, right? Look over here. And this is happening over here. And the problem with this in a day and age today, when you're pulling, it's not that these don't work, these tactics, they do. However, with all of this divert, with all of this, the positive awards that keep coming out, with the fact that it's so obvious, it's drenched in the stench of bullshit, the public's not stupid. It's not, for example, Taylor Swift being accused of too much private jet use. So, do you want to come up? So she is donating to food banks. Right? Like, it's not that. It's hello. Hi, baby. Right? It's just so obvious what's happening. And more than anything, in my opinion, it's exposing a lot of what goes on with the rich and famous when they have bad PR. Whoops, things are falling now. It's okay. It's okay. When they have bad PR, all of 1 second. All right, Daisy says we're on a time limit, guys, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. But all of this and how it's laid on so thick, it's not one thing they're doing. It is every day they seem to be getting awarded as the greatest humans that have ever lived, right? And that, on top of the flooding and the PR tactics, just makes you hate them more. Just makes you question them more. Just makes you question everything you've seen in regards to celebrity culture and what happens in cover-ups. So I think they're just exposing themselves, but they're also exposing what happens with government, large companies, public figures. But you do you, boo. You keep going, Ryan and Blake. It's not going to work, but you keep going. But this is a thing that's interesting to me and makes me wonder what they're trying to hide. Because one, Ryan just switched over. So Van Zandt was taken out of Blake's name and put in Ryan's name. And then two, Margarita K. O'Donnell was added as a Van Zandt lawyer. But again, as we're looking over here, this has been going down. Ryan's all of a sudden in charge of Van Zandt, and Margaret comes on. Now she's a skilled litigator on white-collar criminal defense investigations and complex civil disputes. But this is what's interesting about her. Frequently, Maggie represents individuals and corporations in investigations by federal law enforcement agencies and in grand jury investigations. How cool would that be if there was a grand jury investigation going on right now, including investigations by the Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commissions. Most recently, she served as a key member of a monitorship team imposed and approved of by the DOJ. Maggie's international experience is particularly valuable to her clients in matters with cross-border dimensions. That's interesting. As co-chair of the American Bar Association National White Collar Crime Institute, Maggie is responsible for developing and organizing one of the most widely attended gatherings of white-collar practitioners from across the United States and around the world. She also leads Zuckerman Spider's award-winning pro bono program. It's funny. all these rich ass lawyers that are defending bad people are trying to clean their soul, apparently, cleanse their soul before they're called home. I guess, I don't know. Balance the scales, feel a bit better about what they do for work. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But it's interesting. So, federal law enforcement agencies and grand jury investigations. So, what I think is happening is the reputation laundering is getting laid on so thick because to me, Ryan Reynolds has more to lose than Blake Lively. He has so much more to lose. He has multiple high value brands that are associated to him. Mint Mobile, Aviation Gin. There's so many that are associated to him as a personal brand. If he goes down, you bet that all of those are going down. I don't think Blake like how much do you think Betty Brown or whatever Betty Brown was said adding the two brands? Betty Booze, Blake Brown. There we go. Betty Brown. How much does she have to lose? All like honestly. I feel like she's more than anything that housewife of the powerful guy. It's like, I had a good friend. She used to laugh at this too, where it would get funded for her to start up all these businesses. And she's like, I get bored of them in a few months, but whatever. My husband, he'll pay for me to do it. He doesn't care. It keeps me busy and out of trouble. Didn't keep Blake out of trouble, but it almost feels like that because has she actually had success with any of these? I mean, you just look at their brands and Ryan Reynolds is maximum effort. Hers was what, B for effort or something? It's ridiculous. So I do think she also probably feels a lot of pressure being around. We've talked about this from the human design perspective, being around Ryan and Taylor and these high-powered, very successful individuals. And she's never quite been able to gain the footing or the foundation to make that happen for herself. However, either way, I feel all of this is part of this broader chaos campaign and this broader reputation laundering to hide whatever is going on with Van Zandt. I don't think it's the Van Zandt subpoena. A lot of people were thinking that Blake Lively was submitting subpoenas to push down in the algorithm Van Zandt subpoena. There was no one Googling that. It was like not even making a blip. It wasn't even making a fruit fly size blip on Google, right? And SEO manipulation is Google. So it can't be SEO manipulation if we're talking about what content creators are talking about on TikTok or Instagram. So that's not what it was. I think it's just a broader campaign they're in the middle of to combine this chaos campaign with reputation laundering to try and save their images. And the problem is, again, not that these tactics don't work because they do. Taylor Swift does stuff like that all the time, right? Brands, businesses, and I'm not saying that as a slight to Taylor. It's just a business PR move that people do. The problem is this has been so public and they've never won these awards before. And now all of a sudden people want us to believe that they're the best things that have ever been bestowed on us on planet Earth. It's ridiculous. And it's obvious. And people do not like being manipulated, and rightfully so. So I think this is going to blow up in their face. It's the same thing with flooding. When I talked about reputation, or when I talked about the SEO manipulation tactic flooding, back when she was doing the Another Simple Favor campaign, I said, it can work, but you can go overboard. And I think they've just like boobs deep in overboard. They just dove into the deep end. And that's when it starts to blow up in your face. And I think we're well past blowing up in your face. And they're going to just continue to make themselves more unlikable and then blame Justin Baldoni for it. It's wild. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. Like I said, my puppy is saying enough, mom. You've done enough work for today. So I'm going to listen to her. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, hit get notifications, and let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think's next? Is anyone able to actually predict what goes on with this case? I feel it just gets more outrageous by the day because of Blake and Ryan. Okay, guys, with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.